So today I am starting my morning off by eating some of the depression cake that I made last night, drinking my coffee, and I will be looking through some old travel pictures. So today, let's go first to White Sands, New Mexico. So most of the travel from today's pictures takes place in 2017. However, I will say that the first few pictures of White Sands, New Mexico that I have were actually before 2017 because we had been to White Sands before, these really bad, blurry, bad quality pictures. But I couldn't remember what year it was, and so I decided to just throw them in with the 2017 White Sands pictures. But the White Sands, New Mexico National, what is it called? National Monument? National Park? I can't remember. Is an area of all gypsum sand, which is why it's white. It's also a lot cooler than like regular just sand, beach sand. It's really neat to see. Certain angles with certain sunlight and stuff, it almost looks like it's just snow piled up there. I don't think these pictures really do it justice to showing how it actually looks in person. And it's a place where we've just stopped for a few hours each time when we've been traveling through that way. So it's not somewhere personally that I would like go specifically just to go there and stay for a long period of time. But if you happen to be passing that way, it's definitely worth a stop just to kind of look around and see. So as I said, White Sands, New Mexico is a place that we normally go when we're traveling somewhere else. So in this trip, we were actually headed for a destination of Michigan. Specifically, we did go to a few different places, but we did go to Greenville, Michigan while we were in Michigan to visit one of Matt's grandmothers. And I just really enjoyed a lot of the architecture in that area, and definitely the landscape, the architecture, the scenery, all very different from, Arizona and kind of more what I'm used to in the West, I'll say, because that's where we would probably most frequently be in travel. I used to live in California, and then also a lot of my family still live there, so we travel kind of about that West Coast region quite often. Although I do have family in Illinois, and we make that trip as well. So I could see some similarities in the landscape and everything to what I have seen when we go to Illinois as well. There's a few pictures of kind of the old family homestead, if you want to call it so, and some places of sentimental value of homes that belonged in the family. So that was kind of neat to see that part of Matt's history, and some of which he actually hadn't had the opportunity to see or experience himself. So, and then that was our big trip for the year. But then of course also in 2017, we also went to some local places on some weekends or whatever. We just wanted to get away or experience places that we've been, but maybe experience it through new eyes, more as a tourist than a native, if you would say. So one place we went was Benson, Arizona. Now, Benson is not a place we normally would just visit. We often travel right through Benson because it's right off the I-10 or Interstate 10 on our way to Tucson or Safford if we're going the other direction. But we don't usually, or I don't know if we ever had to this point, actually just stopped and kind of visited the city of Benson. Benson was founded in 1880 as a railway terminal, and it still serves as a functioning railroad terminal to this date. So that's kind of neat. So I took lots of pictures of this neat old train car that they had set up there as kind of a tribute to that Southern Pacific Railway. And we did see some really neat historical things. It's not a very big town, and I don't know if there's maybe more that we didn't really know about, but pretty much everything that we could see was kind of just like right in this very, very centrally located downtown area of like maybe a block wide or something. At the railroad terminal, they do have like a little museum kind of thing about the history of the railroad there. So we walked in there, and then there were some just neat old downtown buildings, but not a whole lot to like do or see in Benson. We also went to Tombstone, Arizona. Now, again, I will say we have been to Tombstone a lot of times. Like every time someone new, like from the family or friends come to visit, if they're from any like distance away at all, they always want to go to Tombstone. And of course, Tombstone kind of became popular from the movie Tombstone and all of that, and it is only 15 minutes away from us. So of course we take them to Tombstone. We have been to Tombstone a lot. And for a while I was like, I am so tired of going to Tombstone. It's the same old thing. I will say that I feel like in recent years they've done a lot to help kind of improve things and give it a new, like fresh tourist attraction. I don't know. But also when we decided this day to go again, I said, let's go to Tombstone. And Matt's kind of like, what? And I said, yeah, let's just go and let's try to see things like we've never been there before. Let's try to see it through the eyes of a tourist or someone who's coming here for the first time. And so I feel like I got a lot of really great pictures of Tombstone when we traveled there this time. It's definitely a very neat city, definitely full of history, so many old buildings, so many of which are definitely very authentic still. It is the site of the famous shootout at the OK Corral with the Earps and Clantons, I believe. And so you can go see a reproduction of what that gunfight, what they think that it was to have looked like and stuff. Lots of historic homes. The old courthouse was in Tombstone, where they actually still have a gallows that, actually I don't know if it's a reproduction or not, I can't remember, but there is a gallows to commemorate that they actually used to hang people there. A lot of really neat places and buildings and things. So definitely if you're in the area, of course, you must go to Tombstone. You must just walk around the city, kind of get that feeling of that old Western experience. So that is all for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed our travels, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you right here next time. Bye.
I gotta carry you over my shoulder.
No, okay. Bubba, what'd you catch out there?
Well, I caught some fish.
I think in the back of the pickup. And we're gonna fall!